Hi guys, so today in this session we are going to learn about tackling aptitude. But before we actually begin, let me tell you some things. I want you to consider some points here. This is not just only a video, it's a complete session for you, alright? And you must have seen before clicking the video on the thumbnail, this video is going quite too long. Okay, there are quite a few reasons for that. The number one is I have a habit of over delivering myself, that because whenever I feel some point is important enough to mention at that point, so I will mention down there, alright. And indeed, this is quite beneficial for you also. In what sense? It is in that sense because you will be developing your attitude of patience, alright. What kind of a patience do you require? Because in the GATE examination you will be requiring to sit in front of a screen for almost around 3 hours, okay. And if you sit early in the examination, that will go around 3.5 hours, right? So that is quite a test of your patience, and that is the utmost important quality for your success in GATE exam, alright. Then point number 3, half learning kills. In the similar way, if you does not possess that attitude or the quality of having the patience, then you will do what? Then you will follow your inner instincts. What kind of instincts? You will jump across the video, let me see what is at the last, let me see what is in the middle. But let me tell you, that will fetch you nothing. Instead, you are just wasting your time. So first make up your mind and then continue in this session. It is not only a video, it is a session, okay. So half learning skills in your study also. Whenever you will study anything, if you study any topic halfway around, you will gain halfway results only, okay. Then don't be frustrated at the end ki why I am getting so half results only. So please keep this point in mind. And that brings me to the second point, ki please watch this video to the end so that you may get maximum benefit out of it. A lot of value is coming your way, all right. And then point number 1, creative ideas, all right. I have used so much of creative ideas and innovative techniques to deliver the content, and you will definitely love it. I have loved making this session and you will also definitely love it, all right. Okay, now you must be thinking why the points are started in the reverse order. Many of you might be thinking, so I did it deliberately for this. I did this thing deliberately. Why? Because to tell you ki in the life anything can go in any way. You must have presumed that such a thing must go in a specified way or conventional way, like these bullet points go in conventional way, but this point started from the bottom itself. So the point is, in life, anything can come at any time in any manner. So you must prepare yourself for that. Okay. Try to be a person who is good enough to accept the good and better enough to accept the bad. Alright. Anything can happen. If it happens your way, fine. But if it doesn't happen your way, it still must be fine. You must be able to cope with it. So let us just jump to the precap points, alright. Okay, have a quick precap on what we are going to learn. So here are the precaps of the learning, what we are going to learn in the session. So let us see one by one. So first we will be taking out a fair look at the GATE syllabus. How does my GATE syllabus look like? What does it consider? What does it consist of basically? Alright. Then acronym reveal of aptitude, that will tell you what aptitude subject itself is trying to tell us. Alright. What the aptitude subject is trying to tell us, I have tried to make that and you will love it. Topics covered in aptitude section, an exhaustive list of what are the topics that are being covered in the aptitude section. You know that there are two topics, verbal and quantitative. So we will see what are the single symbol topics and talk about each of the topic. All right. Then some of the pro tips. These pro tips will definitely help you in increasing your efficiency while studying this subject aptitude. And then an ultra tip that will not only be beneficial in your examination, this GATE exam, but also it will be beneficial in your life. All right. This is a great ultra tip from my side. You will love it. So let's begin. So here it comes. How does my GATE syllabus look like? So I have divided the whole GATE syllabus in 4 categories. Okay. So let us see one by one. What do you think? What will be at the first spot? Yeah, at first spot we have aptitude and mathematics, right? So the GATE authorities want us to test for aptitude in the basic items, not that much in deep. And in the mathematics, if you have a very good command in mathematics in your 11th and 12th standard, then you can easily crack GATE mathematics. It is not that much of high level, but you need to have a diverse understanding of all the topics, and then you can crack it up easily. On the second spot, what do you think? What will it be? Yeah, it is your core subjects, right? Now, core subjects, and that too I have written purely core subjects. Now basically the core subjects, they are the heart of your engineering. Like suppose take electronics and communication branch. So in the branch itself it is written electronics and telecommunication, ENTC we say. So they most of their work is done on the communication portion, like the devices, electronic devices. So EDC comes in the electronic devices and the portion. All right. That was a WhatsApp message sound from the background. Okay. So that is a purely core subjects. And the thing is they want to test you on the core area, because when you will be cracking the GATE exam, and then you will, if some of you want to pursue anything, like if some of you want to pursue PSU job or an MTech, then your command over the core subjects must be good. So what happens is these core subjects have generally high weightage and a fixed weightage over the years. Like what? Like they will mostly ask 10 to 15 marks in your core subjects, and they are fixed, not much variable. If the variation happens, the variation will happen in higher order. The marks will increase only. Okay. Decrement is far more lesser in probability, right? So I was telling in electronics, then in electronics branch, what will be my core? The communication will be my core field, core subject. EDC will be my core subject, right? Then at the third spot we have the common subjects. So at the common subjects, there are some subjects in the stream of the branches that these common subjects are basis to study your core part. All right. To study your core part, these common subjects understanding and the knowledge of these are necessary. Like in electrical, electronics and instrumentation branch, we have many subjects common, 4 to 5 subjects is common. One of them is controls. Okay. And the main thing is their weightage is also high. Their weightage is also high enough, but these are variable in nature, because sometimes suppose there are 5 common subjects, then in 3 of them they will ask more, in 2 of them they will ask less, and the marks that are being decreased from that too will be asked in your core field, right? Because aptitude and mathematics is fixed, that is for 30 marks itself, and these common branches have generally a high weightage but a variable weightage. Okay. Then at the fourth spot I have put it down the rest of the subjects. Like there are two subjects at the most, if in total in the GATE syllabus you have how many, 10 to 12 subjects, then these rest of the subjects are minimum to minimum 2 subjects, right? Now these subjects are those which are although mentioned in the syllabus, but they are rarely touched by the gate authorities. They are rarely touched in sense almost in around 10 years they will touch these topics, right? So if you are a beginner and you are preparing for the first time for this gate exam, so my advice to you is you can leave this rest of the subjects first and try to command over this first, second and third portion. You will still get a good rank in these 3 portion if you command well. Alright. Now you can see this diagram, like this diagram, this blue area, it is more this red area. This also I have made it deliberately to tell you that aptitude and mathematics portion is like the sky. It's like the sky, it's like blue and its area is more. That means it covers large amount of your gate examination, right? So you must focus on this more. And then at the second portion it comes the purely core subjects, then the common subjects and rest subjects. Then you are intelligent enough to understand the things, right? Now let us take for each branch a fair look at in each category, like in core, in common and in rest of the subjects, what are the things that come. Okay, let us see it. So I have divided this in 3 portions: core subjects, common subjects and rest subjects. Alright. So first we have GATE computer science and IT students. So those who are computer science and IT students, they know that structures and algorithms are their core subjects, right? Now for other branch students, like they can understand in this way, like suppose a coder is given a problem to develop a software or something for a certain application, then first thing that coder or anyone, if he wants to code, he need to think that what kind of a structure does his coding must possess, what kind of a algorithm he must apply. So these 2 subjects come in the core category of CS and IT. The CS and IT syllabus is identical in nature. Next comes the electronics branch, that I have told you that communication is one of the core subjects. EDC, electronic devices and circuits, are the core subjects. EMFT, that is electronic and magnetic field, right? EMFT. Then comes the GATE electrical. So for electrical engineering, now electrical engineering, obviously it will deal with electricity. Now if it is dealing with electricity, then first it will generate, transmit and distribute, right? So in the generation side, what is the main thing? The generator. What is a generator? It's a machine. So it is a machine, and the machine comes in the core section. Then power systems, it deals with the transmission and distribution network, the transmission lines and all. So it is a core subject. And power electronics, this mainly comes in handy when you are controlling these machines. The efficient control of these machines are done by this power electronics course, right? So that is why these 3 are done in, these 3 are kept under the core section in electrical branch, right? Many when I was studying first, I thought that this power electronics is the core subject of electronic and mistakenly put in my syllabus electrical, but that's not the fact, right? Next it is the civil engineering, that is the geotech is the core subject, environment is one of their core subjects. All right. Next, mechanical engineering, manufacturing portion, SOM, strength of materials is their core one, and the thermodynamics. This thermodynamics, if some of you might recall, in 11th and 12th standard, this thermodynamics was real threat. Oh, energy is coming, what kind of energy is lost, and that negative sign would fetch a lot of negative marks in JEE. This is the thermodynamics portion. All right. Next, it is the GATE IN. And in the iron portion, this analog electronics is very high weightage. It comes under the core section, and sensors and transducers also come in the core section. All right, great. Let's move to common subjects, right? So, common subjects. One of the benefit with the common subject is common subjects are common in 2 or 3 branches. So that means you will have the more question of authentic question in variable branches, right? Or you will have a large set of question to practice previous year questions. So if you see a common subject, then try to collect the questions from other branches too and get a fair idea of what kind of questions are asked previously, so that you can score good. In electrical, EC and IN, you can see I have listed 3 of them. There are 1 or 2 more. Like network analysis is common, control is common, signals is common. Okay, so what you can do is like it is network. So for network, you can practice more amount of question from all these 3 branches. Get previous year questions, and that will help you a lot, and definitely it will boost your performance, right? For get civil and mechanical engineering, we have SOM and fluid mechanics in common. So take a look at this common subject. They can be pretty handy in nature. All right. Okay. Let us move to rest of the subjects. In electrical analog, I have put it in the rest of the subjects: EMT, electromagnetic theory, and EMI, electrical measurements, measurement and instrumentation. So these are the subjects which are very less asked. This analog portion is rarely asked. Okay, but sometimes if the gate authorities want, they do their way. Okay, like in 2015, what happened was, in analog they asked 15 marks, and machines they asked for only 7 to 8 marks. So that was a pretty disaster. But please note that disaster is with the most of the students. Okay, so that is why I told you, if you are a beginner, then you can leave this rest of the subject. You can command on this common subject, core subject, and you can still score a very high. In that 2015 year, the guy who scored 60 marks only was at around 100 or 200 rank. Okay, the topper is in different world. He is a topper. Okay, rank 1 person I am talking about. And this EMT portion also 2 to 3 marks only, measurement also 2 to 3 marks. You can do what? Do not go deep in these subjects, just take a basic understanding. If you get the basic understanding of this rest subject, basic formulas, basic ideas, so you can still easily crack the easy problem. If the difficult comes, nobody would crack it, right? In CSIT, it is the digital logic and the compilers. They are rarely asked, not much asked. They heavily focus on the structures and algorithms portion. And in common subject portion, I have not mentioned CSIT. So the CS people can take the paper of IT paper, and these paper is also identical. Initially I thought, I am from electrical background na. So initially I thought that paper is also different for them, but the paper is also identical. They are taken at the one slot only. So there is no benefit like as such in common subject. Okay. So digital logic and the compilers, they are very rarely asked in 2 to 3 marks only, right? And in mechanical engineering, RCC, industrial, and you can also figure out from previous year analysis. You can obtain that analysis in any of the coaching materials for other branches, and you can see those and you can categorize those in the rest of the subjects. Okay. Now let us jump to the interesting part, that is the acronym part, the acronym analysis of aptitude. So in my opinion, what does an acronym tell you? It tells you about that thing very much profoundly. Like you must have seen in YouTube, in many of the posts, Instagram posts, social media posts, there are full forms: fear full form, somewhat full form, acronym sense. So what they try to tell you, is what this thing that is now I will tell you what this aptitude is telling to tell us. Trying to tell us what this aptitude is trying to tell us. What do you think? What will be A? Can you think for a second? So A is achievable, right? Definitely the aptitude is achievable. Okay, aptitude, all of the 15 marks that are allotted to the aptitude section, it is indeed achievable. Only the thing is, you need consistent practice in that, and daily effort is required more. Okay, bulk effort in a short period of time will not work. Daily effort, small effort, but it is, yes, it is achievable. Sometimes core subjects is not that much achievable, because if it is asked in deep sense, then you will suffer there. But this aptitude portion, it is not that much deep, you can score pretty well. Okay, now what will be from P? P is the panoply of basic topics. Okay, I will tell some examples of panoply. Like there is a good designer. A good designer has a panoply of beautiful designs, right? Taj Mahal, the hotel, has panoply of premium services. Okay, could you get that? What is panoply? Panoply is extensive collection of basic topics, right? So this is the extensive collection of basic topics in sense you do not have to be in depth understanding of each of the topic, only the basic understanding is required. Let me tell you, when I was recently at a holiday at my home, I picked up my sister's book of 10th class mathematics, and what I found boats and streams topic in that. In ninth mathematics I have seen that. And what is the interesting portion is the method that they use to solve the boats and streams. I have never seen in any YouTube video. That was good, best method, and quick method to obtain the answer. Very quick it was. I have never found that, and it was like a trick for me. Like, right? So basic topic is required. Panoply of basic topics. Panoply is extensive collection. Alright? Awesome. Let us see what is T. T is top rank decider. Yeah, it becomes a top rank decider in some sense. Like in what? There are some of students which are very much good command, which have a very good command in their core subjects, right? They have that much command in core subject, but they are not much aware of this aptitude. They not take this aptitude seriously. Then like in mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electronics and communication, electrical, where there are huge number of candidates are sitting. So their each mark matters, and the aptitude is somewhat easy to score, but a person who has a great command on the core, but he somewhat neglects this aptitude, then he can suffer in the examination a lot, right? He can suffer a lot. So please take care. This can be a top rank decider in many of the sense. Okay. Now the next two, I and T, are somewhat interrelated to each other. That is ignored as a core subject and tantamount to a core subject. Again, I will give you an example. Like you are seeing this session. Okay, I am delivering this session. But what is happening is I can't see you and you can't see me, but it is a session. So that means this YouTube video is tantamount to a session. Okay, this YouTube video is tantamount to a session, because if I would have been taken this session in a hall, then it would be a seminar kind of a thing. So this YouTube video is tantamount to a session. One more thing, today only I was cleaning my matka for cold water. It is getting really hot here, So when I was cleaning it, I got a cut in my hand. So it was somewhat bleeding. So that pain, the pain was tantamount to the pain when you lost your charger and your battery is low, mobile battery is low. So the pain that I felt in my finger was tantamount to the pain when I lost a charger and my mobile battery is also low. Or you can say the pain in the finger is tantamount to the pain when you see a message at 1 a.m. What kind of a message? What kind of a message? That you have exhausted your data pack for today. That kind of a pain, right? So what is tantamount? Tantamount is virtually the same as or equal to, that is tantamount to a core subject. Now ignored as a subject and tantamount to a core subject. What I am trying to tell you from this, many of the students, I myself, why I must talk about other, I myself talk of myself. When I was starting the GATE preparation, at early stages I also ignored this aptitude, but on the later stages, within the time itself, I understood that this aptitude is important enough. I have seen many students, I myself have done this thing. Man, aptitude is easy, I will do it. Aptitude is like, I will do it, man, it's easy. I will cover it in last month. It's that much easy. You don't need to bother about that. I have done many a times, my friend. I will do it. You can also do it. Leave it for last. But what happens is, at last, the pressure piles up and you miss out on the important concepts and important points. Okay. So please do not make that mistake. Okay. It is very much ignored by many of the candidates as a subject. They do not treat it as a subject. I myself was not considering it as a subject. It is one of the subject, my friend. And since it is covering 15 marks of your GATE exam, it is tantamount to a core subject. Right? 100%. It is tantamount to a core subject. Okay? Because even the core subjects are also asked for 10 to 12 marks only sometimes, but this aptitude is asked for 15 marks. Okay. Next, the U has come. I have pressed the space bar in hurry. So it is unambiguously important. Again the space bar. So deferred, man. Okay, no issues. So unambiguously important. Okay. Like, your health is unambiguously important in this corona pandemic. Your career is unambiguously important, so you need to study. Okay, unambiguously means without a doubt, 100% important. So aptitude is unambiguously important. Next you can see deferred by many students. Okay, now what is deferred? Again I will give you example. Our examinations are deferred due to this corona issue, right? Deferred means to delay. So the examinations are delayed, that means these are deferred by many students. Like what I said, man, I will do it in the last month. 15 days are enough. Aptitude will happen. Aptitude is easy. It's nothing like anything. It's easy. Okay. So that is deferring or procrastination. Procrastination is this brother of this deferring, right? Delay, 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 and at last pick the brick up and drop it on your feet itself. Okay, that is deferring. Now at last, what is E? What can be E? Can you guess? Let me tell you a hint. If you have command over this aptitude subject, what you will get? It will definitely elevate your confidence, my friend. it will definitely elevate your confidence, because 15 marks are in your hand itself. They are fixed. 10 questions out of 65 you have grasped it, and when you will sit in the examination, you are there for 180 minutes to solve the 65 questions. When you are in front of the screen, you know that in that 65 questions I have confidence over that 10 question, and that is a pretty handy percentage in hand. Okay, handy percentage of marks are in your hand, and it will definitely elevate your confidence, my friend. Okay, so now what we will do is we will switch our gears up and move to the next topic. We will see the exhaustive list of what are the topics that are covered in our aptitude section. Okay, all right, let us switch our gears. So here we go. I have divided the aptitude syllabus into two sections. First one is our numerical aptitude, and then we will move on to verbal aptitude. So let's see one by one. So first, here comes our clipboard, our traditional keyboard. Where is it? Here it comes. It is numerical aptitude. Okay, so the list goes something like this. First one is, at the top of the list we have progressions, that is arithmetic progression, geometric progression and harmonic progression. In arithmetic progression, the numbers are being social distanced by a fixed amount. In GP, geometric progression, we have ratio. The numbers are multiplied or are in the same ratio. First number multiplied by ratio, then we get the second number. NHP, the harmonic progression. If these numbers, each and every element of this harmonic progression is reciprocal, then we will get the arithmetic progression. Alright, it is followed by clocks and time sequences. So firstly, when I saw this clock kind of a question, so the basic question that I saw was find the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand. So when I didn't study this topic, then I first applied my logic at first, that I thought that these questions will be solved by logic only. So logic, like if it is 3 p.m. then it would be 90 degree between the two, and it is asking me 3:10, so some amount of calculations must be done, and that too on rough basis. But when I studied the topic, there was a set formula for that, theta equal to 6 times 11 by 12m minus 5h, something like that. So there is a fixed formula for that. Okay, and in this another kind of question is asked, like whether the clock is going fast, clock is going slow, clock is a faulty clock or not, something like that. Okay, next is SI and CI. What is it? This is simple interest and compound interest. This we have studied in earlier classes also. This is LCM, HCF, factors, remainders. Remainders like 3 ka power 100 is divided by some number, then what will be the remainder? Okay, and one more question comes here is units place number. If some number is divided by some other number, then what will come at the units place? Okay, that single digit answer question like that. Okay, this is also easy one. Now it is analytical and logical reasoning, which is in exotic language it is called sylog or syllogism. Okay, this can be handled in many ways. Some handle in very logical way or normal way, and the other way is to obtain the Venn diagram of the given situation. Some of the statements are given, then the conclusion is given, and we have to choose what among the conclusions are correct. Okay, so that we need to practice this topic, because this topic is not dealt earlier. I guess many of you might have not dealt with this topic. Alright, okay, the next is the Venn diagram. This topic is very much essential. This comes on a frequent basis, and this is the favorite of them. Like for 2 events A and B, for 3 events A, B, C. This was also very much asked in JEE Mains examination, not in advance. So you can practice the questions from JEE Mains set also. Venn diagram, this requires practice because sometimes they fool us in languages, at least one, most of them. So many of us get confused in the language and report something else. Something else is asked and we report something else, and that will obviously give you wrong answer. Okay. Next is the direction sense. This is easy one. Many of you can tackle it very easily. The direction sense. Okay. Then it is the ratio and proportion, and the next topic is also related to that, that is percentage, profit and loss. Okay, these two are very much important topics. These are mostly asked, and the concepts of this can also be utilized in the numerical calculation of our core subjects, because here we will deal with the formula things, like some area is given, like area of circle, it is pi r square. So if r is increased by 10%, then how much amount area will be increased. So there is some methodology from which you can also find it directly. Now how you can relate it to our core subject, like flux in self inductance coil. So flux will be equal to L into I. So if current is increased by 10%, then by what amount the flux will be increased. Similarly, in your branch you can take up any formula, okay, left hand side and right hand side. So if sum of the quantity is increasing on the right hand side by some percentage, okay, then the natural tendency is to do what? We will increase that percentage up, we will calculate the new value, and then we will again obtain the percentage by taking up the final value and initial value. But if you study this topic well, you can directly answer the percentage increase or decrease without even actually calculating the exact values. Directly you can report it in percentage. That's how you can get benefited. Like let me tell you one thing about this percentage. Okay, suppose let us take a quantity, it is 50%. Are you with me? Okay, awesome. So we have taken 50%. What is it in the fraction? It is 1 by 2. That means increase of 1 on 2, right? Then what will be the ratio of initial value and final value? We have increased 1 on 2. So 2 by 3. Initial value was 2 and we have increased 1 or 2. Percentage increase by 50%. If it were to be percentage decrease by 50%, then the initial value is 2 and final value is 1. Now the thing about that is, the initial value and final value in percentage increase or decrease will remain the same only, irrespective of the initial value. What I am trying to say is, we now itself saw 50% increase is 50% in fraction is 1 by 2. 50% increase, that means the ratio of initial and final value become 2 by 3. So let us increase 50% on 100. 100, 50% of it 50, final value is 150. The ratio of initial and final 100 over 150. What it comes? It comes 10 by 15, it is 2 by 3. Now let us take 300 initial value. 50% is 150. Increased value is 450. 300 by 450. What it comes? 30 by 45. And lastly 2 by 3. Right? 30 by 45. 15 twice are 30. 15 thrice are 45. So 2 by 3. So initial value and final value will always remain the same. And this tip and this thing always works with this. So there is many of the things in this percentage section. So you need to take a look at it. It is important enough. Okay. Next topic is mixtures and allegations. This is also a good topic. In this, some amount in this, what kind of questions are asked? Like in one container there are, suppose, two elements. One is 50% and one is 60%. One is 50% and the other one is 60%. let us consider them as A and B. So A is 50% and B is 50%, and in the other container, container number 2, A is 40% and B is 60%. We will mix them together, and what is asked, the composition of A and B in the mixed container, like container 1 and container 2, they are mixed in some other container, and then in that container it is asking me the configuration of that A and B, ki in what amount A and B constitute each other. In reverse order it is also asked ki final we have got this after mixing, then what will be the percentage of A in container number 1. So in reverse order it can also be asked. So this is also a good topic. Sometimes successive that is also asked. Successive reduction, if I am reducing some amount successively, like I have 100% of milk, then I am reducing 10%, again 10%, again 10%, what will be left after 10 iterations of that? Iteration meaning I am repeating these 10% reduction for 10 times, then what will be my final value? Okay. The next one is ages. So this is pretty easy topic. Age topic. Okay. Some person is saying my age is that compared with some other persons, and then you will be asked to find the age of the given person. The thing with this is this is easy topic, but in the examination hall this becomes a little bit of moderate topic. So in the exams you must be able to solve these questions. That is the main issue here. Okay, so you need to focus on each and every topic. Okay, then we have time and work. This is important topic. Now in this time of work, this proportionality or proportion things come in handy. Like work done is proportional to what? MRT by W, main rate time upon work done. So you have been given that some kind of a work, they will specify some kind of a work like building of a bridge, then there are 30 mens, the rate of doing work is something, and the time is again something like 5 days they are doing it. And work done, they have mentioned 1 bridge, 2 bridge, whatever, they will mention something, you will obtain that. Then they are asking if the same work is to be done by 30 men, same work is to be done by 60 men, 70 men, then what will be the time taken by them to complete the work? So just using the proportionality, MRT over W. MRT over W remains constant, work done is equal to MRT, and the constant, this ratio remains constant. Okay, and this time and work is most frequently asked, a good topic. Then the brother of this topic is pipes and cisterns. Okay, the same work here, suppose some person is not doing work, like person A is not doing work, that means it is doing negative work. And in pipes and cisterns there is some tank, and we put a hole in it and the water comes out of it, that means it is doing negative work there, the water is being decreased, and some of the pipe is filling the water, so that means it is doing positive work, right? So in that case, this here in pipes and cistern, the filling of the tank by the pipes is my work done by the pipes, and here the work is specified only. In time and work the work is specified, and from the pipes I remember the water. So let me have some water, excuse me. Okay, resuming. So we talked about these pipes and cistern. So these two topics are important enough, right? Next is time and distance. So this is again easy one. These topics are easy, but I told you earlier that I saw in my sister's book the solving tip, something like trick it was. So you need to do what? You need to lessen up your time on solving these kind of a question. They are easy ones, but we need to do it fast and accurate in the examination. Okay. Next is DI, that is data interpretation. This is very much essential topic. Uh, in this, the data is being interpreted in many manners, like it is pie chart, bar graphs. These two kinds are very commonly asked, and in that some percentage game is being given and we need to analyze the data. So there are some things that you need to consider while studying it. In pie chart, like in pie chart, if you are calculating some percentage, then you just calculate 100% equal to something, 50% equal to something, 10% is what, 1% is what. Then whatever the percentage is asked, just just calculate these things and add up. Like 23% is asked, so you have 10%, double it up, add 3 times of the 1%, you can get 23%. So there are such many things you will see when you will study this topic in detail. All right. Then the blood relations, that is our sisters, brothers, aunt, nephew, niece. So here in Hindi you can relate it, you relate it to your family members itself, and just get the terminologies correct in your mind, because many of us might not be very familiar with the terminologies in English. English is a funny language, you know. So you must take care ki what are the things that are defined standardly, standard definitions, standard things are already defined in it. Just see, you will find in any of the book. Okay. Then the coding and decoding. This coding and decoding is an important topic. How, what kind of a coding? Like they will give you some pattern. Sometimes they can give you art pattern, like C is being coded with a plus, O is with something, hashtag, D is with something. Then they will ask you, if this picture is being given to you, what will be the code, like that, right? And the most common coding they ask is alphabet number relationship. What do I mean by that? Like A is at number 1 spot. How many alphabets we have? 26 alphabet. So A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, F is 6, like that. X, Y 25, Z 26, right? So they give you some code. Like in this only we have aptitude. Okay, so they have given that aptitude has been coded in some number, right? Aptitude is being coded in some number. Please tell me the same number for this numerical. So you need to do what? First you need to convert this aptitude in the number itself. Then you need to find the pattern in that number, and then the same pattern is utilized in this numerical. The thing is, this should be fast. The main thing is fast. Time is important in exam. So like aptitude, so it is 1, 16, 20, 9, 20. What I am doing? I am just taking the aptitude and telling you the numbers, in which spot the numbers will lie. So A 1, P 16, T 20, I 9, T 20, U 21, D 4, and E is 5. So in the same sense you will calculate about numerical, that is N 14, U 21, M 13, E 5, R 18, I 9, C 3, A 1, L 12, right? So this speed will come from doing and doing it again. Okay, let us see this list goes something, the speed like that, what kind of I am telling. So I will now tell you the number in sequence, that is 12, 9, 19, 20, 7, 15, 5, 19, 19, 15, 13, 5, 20, 8, 9, 14 and 7. Okay. So that is the speed that we require, right? And that will eventually help you in the exam. So here are some points to consider to tackle this numerical section. Okay. Follow any one book. Just obtain any one of the book. You can take any one coaching book. Follow that book ethically. Only one book, so that your every topic is being touched. Alright. No need to bother about many books. Just follow any one book. Any material you can obtain from net also. If you do not want to purchase a book, just take a PDF and solve the whole book. That's it. See that every topic is covered. Just don't select any random coaching that is not very famous enough. Select a coaching which is which can be trusted enough. Okay, like Made Easy, Ace, any kind of coaching you know in your branch, which of the coachings is best, just choose that book and see that every topic is being mentioned in the book that is asked in your examination. Okay, next is, for each topic 15 to 20 questions are more than enough. Okay, here main thing is whole each and every topic is being covered, and then you have solved a few amount of questions from each and every topic, so that you get an idea about each topic, what questions are being asked in that topic. All right. Then the previous year problem. When solving these questions from any kind of a book, then quickly move on to previous year problem, because you have a lot of previous year problems. How aptitude is asked in every. Why this much? Because there are 25 streams, and in every stream the aptitude is being asked. So you have a lot of problems to solve. So in my opinion, the previous year problems are authentic problems, so you must solve that problem. Okay, now in this whole list from top to bottom, I have not mentioned one important topic. Can you guess? The one topic that is fixed that will be asked and I have not mentioned here, and that is one of the most difficult topic also. It requires more practice, a lot more practice. Can you guess what is that? It is P&C and probability, permutation and combination and probability. The question from this topic is almost fixed every year, but this is the topic that will not be covered in just 15 and 20 questions. Even when you will solve hundreds of questions, it is not sure that you will solve the question that will appear in the examination. Okay, so you need to practice a lot, you need to understand the concept a lot, but do not guess at the final position. You need to do practice in these two portions: P and C, permutation and combination, and probability. All right. Okay, and in this, reading the language, reading the question of the language is important. Next we will jump to our verbal aptitude course. So it is my verbal aptitude, and let's see what it consists of. It has a grammar, it has spotting errors, sentence completion, and sentence improvement. So these are the first four I have mentioned. So in this topic, these are the topics that are somewhat interrelated: sentence completion, sentence improvement, how we can improve it, error finding, and grammar. Somewhat they all are interconnected. So when I started studying this, it was very difficult for me, right? What kind of difficulty? Many of us, many of you might have experienced love at first sight, right? Love at first sight. Similarly, I experienced confusion at first sight. Anytime I saw the question of this spotting error, grammar, sentence completion, whenever I saw the question asked, please spot the error in the given sentence. And I read the sentence and I said, man, what is incorrect here? Everything seems correct. What is incorrect here? Four options are also given. Man, everything is correct. What is incorrect here? So that was confusion at first sight. I didn't knew how to figure out how to obtain the answer. That was a pretty game, a pretty thing for me. But when I studied it one by one, then I get to know that there are some things in English that you need to know: helping verb, singular verb, plural verb, and the things are fixed also. You cannot apply your logic here. The things are fixed, so you need to mug up also the things. No concept as such work here. Many of the things are to be mugged up, right? Next is analogy. This analogy is pretty easy. We can't say. You need to find the relation between the two, and the relation can go anywhere around between the two words. If you can take that relation, you will crack the problem. But if you cannot, it's pretty difficult. It was very difficult for me. Rearranging sentences is somewhat easy. It is relatively easy one. Idioms and phrases. So idioms and phrases, muhavre, idioms and phrases. This is also a mugging up topic. You need to mug up. Many of you must be very proficient in this topic, but a lot of the students are not that much proficient. So you need to see the idioms and what does this idiom mean, exact meaning. You need to learn this. Okay. Now next comes the vocab, the most sought after topic. So this is also important topic. In what sense? Even if the direct question is not asked on this topic, but if you have command over this, then you will understand many of the things. Then you will understand many of the things in the other passages also, because many new words are being used on a regular basis. Okay. Now in this session, throughout the session also, I have covered for you 5 words. You must have thought that I have used this deliberately word in starting also, in middle also. I have used this deliberately word deliberately more times. Okay. So the other word for this is advisedly. Okay. This advisedly word means the deliberately only. So advisedly I have created that first 4 sections. Sky, aptitude is sky, right? So the other word is advisedly, and in that acronym also there were 4 words. Can you recall that? Panoply, an exhaustive set of collection, unambiguously, what it was, 100% correct. Then we had what? Tantamount, a virtually same as. Then there was deferring, defer, to delay the work. So almost 5 words are covered, right? Now in the next is the case studies. So this I was telling, synonyms and antonyms will help you in this case studies. In what sense? To understand the case itself. If in the case study you do not have understood, you do not know the meaning of any single word, then you will be unable to connect with that passage. Okay, what is being written there? Because in this it will ask logical inference. But if you do not even know single word in that case, the case is written in 2-3 lines, 4 lines at max. But if you do not know a single word in that, even if only a single word, the meaning of that single word, then you will not be able to obtain the answer. Simple as that. Okay. So you need to daily work for it. Right. Now there are some things that you can follow for this verbal aptitude. The first one is WPME. Wow. What is it? It is a book written by Norman Lewis. It is word power made easy. In this word problem or your vocab building will get stronger. Every word is being given with the root things and it is written in very lucid manner. You can understand it pretty easily. You can follow this book. Then you can get downloaded an application, Vocab 24. I followed this application. In this application what happens is daily 10 words are being given. Some of the rules are also given. I only followed the words there. Daily 10 words. I wrote it down on a separate book. Then a picture is also associated with it. I used to do what? I came to know, and I know, and you also know, that our mind works well with the pictures. So I did what? I did to remember the picture, because picture comes in this Vocab 24 application with each and every word. So that picture comes and I try to learn that picture itself. Suppose that deferring word is there. So there is a picture of law handle, because tariq pe tariq, so law handle is there. That means the decision is being delayed again and again. So whenever that defer word come, then that law handle comes in my hand, a law stick comes in my mind, and that I can directly tell that deferring means to delay. Okay. And in tantamount, there was a picture. the picture was like that, tantamount was written 2 times. Same. That means it was equal to or virtually same as. So daily 10 words come. Daily, on the daily basis you learn 10 words. Good. In shorts, there is an application InShot in which the news comes in the 60 words. So you can read those news, and in those news if you found some word you don't know the meaning, Google it, and with this InShot you will have the habit of reading the things. Okay, because when we study technical more enough, we get lost the touch in the reading, because reading should also be efficient to get this with case study here. Next is, there is a YouTube channel, Dear Sir. He also teaches the things in a very lucid manner. It is in Hindi language, it is not in English, but he tells the concepts very lucid manner. Very nice, right? Then there is a big tip from my side. If you know, then attempt, otherwise leave. What does that mean? If you saw any question from this verbal aptitude section, and if you do not know the logic behind it, do not know the concept behind it, and you are doing what? Guesswork, or trying to convert it in Hindi and solving the problem, just making a shot in the darkness, right? It will not go anywhere. You will only fetch negative mark. Please mark that. You will only fetch a negative mark. Please note that. In one of the attempts you may succeed, but in the examination, when you know, then attempt, otherwise leave it, it will not work. So scratch this up down. Guesswork and Hindi conversion. Many of us think that in English we will do is we will convert it in Hindi and obtain the answer. That will not work, my friend. I have done myself and I have got negatives for that. Please do not do that. Alright. Now next we will move on to our pro tips that will efficiently help you in working your aptitude course. Alright. Let us move. So here it is. Now we will discuss some pro tips, and I guarantee you, if you follow these pro tips, then definitely you will ace the aptitude section in your GATE examination, and you will get the desired result that you want in your GATE examination. Okay, so let us see them one by one. So at the number one spot, what it is solve 10 to 15 questions on daily basis. Okay, because aptitude is a kind of a subject that I already told you that requires consistency. Consistent effort will work. The bulk effort will not work here. Okay, so what you can do is, to solve this 10 to 15 questions, what you can do is, when you wake up in the morning, you solve there itself 10 to 15 questions, and then before sleeping you can solve 10 to 15 of that. You yourself choose a slot where you want to solve the question. The main point is the consistency must be remain, because aptitude demands consistency. Alright, and if you follow this thing, you will see your performance will definitely increase in your GATE aptitude. Okay, you will feel when you are giving the examination, you will feel in the exam itself, yes, I have done it. Okay, let us see next point. Next point is, use it as a break. So whenever you are studying, it is recommended that you study in breaks. Like what? Like if you want to study for 3 hours, okay, then don't study for 3 hours at a stretch. What you can do is, you can take study breaks of 10 minutes after studying 45 minutes at a stretch. Okay, so if you are studying for 45 minutes, then take a break, short break and long break. Short break for 10 minutes, long break for half an hour. So 45 minutes, 10 minutes break, 45 minutes study, 10 minutes break. So with that thing, you can improve your performance. Like how? It is biological in nature. See, it is your mind, and when you are studying for long hours, the mind gets monotonous and the concentration gets down and down as the time increases at a stretch. So try it yourself. You take a break and see your concentration comes back and you can grasp the things more nicely and more effectively. Okay, I have done this and that really works. So in break what you can do is you can have relaxing activity, any kind of that you like if you like music you can listen to the music, you can have some beverage, tea break, chai break, coffee break. Tea and chai are one and the same thing. Then you can do what? You can wander around your room. You can go and wander outside, but only for 10 minutes. That time is there. And another break that you can take is the aptitude break. Okay. So another break is aptitude break, and that will revert back to my first point, that will help you in maintaining the consistency. So keep one break as a aptitude break in your all the breaks. Okay, these breaks will definitely help you. Mark my point. Alright, one thing I was going to tell you here, aptitude thing, if you are taking the breaks, then in the aptitude section how it will help. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I got it. What the thing is, whenever you are studying some technical subject for long, okay, then you got bored in your technical subject, then take a break and solve the aptitude question. Okay, and if you want to make it a habit, apply the Jitu Bhaiya's rule. Do it for 21 days and it will be your habit. Alright, cheers. Let's move to the next point. You can see here what it is. Practice more and more and exclamation marks at large. Okay, so practicing is very important. Many of you might have heard this thing, practice is the key to success, and yes indeed it is. Alright, many teachers must also have told you practice the things, okay, so that you will get your concept more clear. Many of you might have your inspirations in your life, like, right? So for one of my inspiration was a great basketball player, one of the greatest of all time. He is Michael Jordan. Okay, if you don't know him, please search on the Google, and I recommend you to watch his interview videos. He is awesome. He is one of the great basketball player and he has a great mindset to deal with the things. Okay, so in one of the interviews he was asked, what is the secret of your confidence at the last moments, because he always used to take the final shot. His team wants to win the game, 3 seconds are remaining, and if he shoot the team will win, if it doesn't shoot the team loses, and then he takes up the call, takes the final shot and wins for his team. That kind of accuracy, that kind of confidence he possesses. Then he says a simple thing, that whenever I used to practice, I take it as a game. Whenever I used to practice, I take it as a game. Okay, and the thing that he quoted, I am quoting the same thing now, that he said that yes, practice is different from playing in the game, but when the moment comes in the game, it's not new to me. That's the beauty of the game of basketball. That's the reason why you practice. That's the effort. So when you get to that moment, instinctively things happen. You don't have to think. Instinctively things happen. So if you practice a lot, instinctively the things will happen. And here the game is your exam, and practice, maybe you are solving questions, this 10 to 15 questions. So whenever you are solving that questions also, understand that this is the last moment and this is the final exam only you are solving itself, and prepare yourself. Okay, whenever you are solving, feel that it is your final gate exam. Okay, let us move to the next one, that is consider it as a tool. Okay, now aptitude It is basically a tool to improve your personality also. In what sense? Like you are studying in aptitude, so you will understand many things about communication, you will increase your vocab, then that will help you to communicate to others. You can present your ideas in a more beautiful manner and a great manner. Okay, and this is a tool basically to improve yourself, right? Getting me? That will definitely improve yourself, because this verbal thing, general thing, this is general aptitude, so the general suggests that it will definitely improve you. So besides subject, it is also a tool for you to improve yourself as a person. Okay, let us see the last one. You got it right. Take it as a core subject. Now throughout the session I have stressed this point a lot. Please take this as a core subject, do not ignore it. Many of us ignore this subject, but please take it as a core subject and it will fetch you a lot afterwards. Alright, let us move to our ultra tip. Alright, awesome. So before going to the tip, you must have observed many people around yourself that they want to do something. They want to do something great in their life. So what they do is they search here and there, they strategize, they think a lot. They think at first, then they think a lot, and they keep on thinking. That's the irony. They keep on thinking, and no action. You can see that they are not taking any kind of action and they will not reach anywhere. Okay, strategizing is good, thinking is obviously it is necessary, but keeping on thinking is not suggested, it is not efficient, obviously it is not. Okay, so those kind of people you must have observed around yourself. Many people, they decide something and they keep on thinking, and what they become is, at last what they become, my friend, they become professional thinkers. Okay, they become professional thinkers. Their job is to think, they only think. So please don't be a professional thinker. Think at once, take your time, but do not keep on thinking. It will not work. Then what to do? The first thing to do is to crumble this down up and throw it in the garbage, right? And read this thing on your screen. Please read it. So your destination lies on the other side of taking action. So take action now. Okay, take action now. So think at first, strategize something, don't take too long, because action is important, the thinking is not that much important. Okay, whether the action is imperfect, just take it. We rely on the thing that I will take the perfect action only, but that doesn't work, my friend. Okay, so take action now. Whether it is perfect or imperfect, that will be told by time itself. The time heals everything. So take action now. Okay, because now is the only time we have in hand. So just take it and move. Okay, so that was all from my side. Hope this session will help you in your GATE preparation, and I wish you a good luck from my side. Good luck for your GATE preparation. Thank you for watching.